Good morning, 9:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Thursday, September 1st, 2022 here on the East Coast in the great state of Michigan. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and we do have to get into the charts as we're in a very key area, but also I'd like to go over this Ripple's plan to tokenize Colombian land stalls amid new administration. So we're going to read this at the end, but this was very interesting news because this was not expected to happen. So there was supposed to be a partnership between the Colombian government and Ripple Labs, but they have kind of gone back on it. So we'll talk about that after we look at the charts. But first, I'd like to thank Tiger Boys for joining Tom's Army last night, Sharif Al Routine for rejoining, and James Montgomery yesterday for joining Tom's Army as well. So I'd like to thank the couple new members, as it makes me feel especially good and proud when new members are joining Tom's Army. If you want to see a little bit of slightly different content, still my content, but you can go onto my TikTok.
Last picture that you...
And we're at, wow, 350 followers now. But I put on this little information around. Some of it, I put on a bunch of it last night before I went to bed. But, you know, there's a lot of information here. So if you pay attention, find a lot of cool stuff here. Wow, 350 followers now. That's getting crazy. That's been like 4 or 5 weeks now, and it's gotten. So what I want to look at, and if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, comment, as it really does help push me through the YouTube algorithm. Turn that bell notification to all in case YouTube decides to let you know that I'm on. And also share this far and wide on social media, as it's the only way to get new people in here, and I believe more and more people need to see this program. So XRP, we're still below the critical 5.5-year trend line that I'm using from April 17th, 2017. It's at 3280, we're saying, but it's right around, 3280, we'll say right here. And we're on the bottom side now, and it's being used as resistance, and it's been for the better part of the morning. And mid-evening, late evening. It came up a couple times, but it's been using it. We need to break this 322 area, and then the 3186, and we'll have a clear shot down to 2990, then 2892. The problem is what we're still nervous about, and I feel like I'm doing the same TA day after day, but we can't do anything till we break the area. We're still dealing with what could be conceived as an inverted head and shoulders. We come around, now this could be a right shoulder forming that could be up, and it could pull us back up to that area. Now that's a possibility, but it's not a guarantee. What we have to do is focus on the immediate short-term pattern to understand where we can possibly go. And right now, we're in this descending triangle, or ascending triangle, you could call it. Bear flag extension, which is what they end up being. And as long as you don't break out, you end up breaking down. And we're getting to that area where we're starting to fizzle out here. We're going to need a volume spike to break out of this area. It's that simple. There's nothing more that I can tell you about XRP until we finally make this move and decide to break up or break down. And right now we're looking to break down because we're on a bear flag, an extended bear flag. We're on a bearish continuation pattern in the overall pattern. And this last leg is looking like the extension of a bearish continuation. But until it breaks down and breaks apart from 2892, there's always a chance this inverted head and shoulders can play out, even all the way down at 2892. That's the area you've got to break. Bitcoin. I've built a similar structure as with XRP, just so we can kind of see what's going on. And this is more, I think, we could go like this and get an even closer look. So that's how tight Bitcoin is. Can we get past 20,510, then work our way back to 23,537, or are we on our way back down to 18,137, and then much, much lower if we break that? We've got a lot of targets underneath, but once you break this target, this is when a lot of catastrophes happen. This is a huge uptrend. And if you're looking for crypto to go up, you do not want it to break this. I am begging for it to break this, because then it's going to likely bring us back down to our next target. And that's a big one. That's a big one. We got 18,000, but after 18,000 breaks, it's a big, big drop, ladies and gentlemen. XRP Future Millionaire. Hit that like button. I'll be back later to do XLM and DGB. But right now I wanted to focus on XRP and Bitcoin, and now we're going to read this. Ripple's plan to tokenize Colombian land stalls amid new administration. A joint effort to permanently store store and authenticate Colombian property titles on the XRP ledger looks to set to stall as the new government focuses on other priorities. A partnership between the Colombian government and Ripple Labs to put land titles on the blockchain appears to have stalled following the project being deprioritized by the new administration. The project was initially announced by the outgoing government Ministry of Information Technology and Communications just 2 weeks before the newly elected president Gustavo Petro was sworn into office. According to a Wednesday report from Forbes, the interim director of the National Lands Agency, Juan Manuel Nerugi Martinez, said the project is not part of the agency's strategic priorities for 2022, stating, "This isn't one of the projects defined in the PETI Strategic Plan for Information Technology." The shift comes as something of a surprise considering Colombia's new president is thought to be friendly toward cryptocurrencies and has previously tweeted his support of them. The partnership, which included Colombia's National Land Agency, Ripple, and software development firm Peerless Technology, aimed to tokenize real estate on the blockchain to improve property search processes, create transparent and cheaper property title management, and more efficient processing of financing and payment. Within the peace agreement in 2016 that officially marked the end of the Colombian conflict was a directive to formalize the property titles for small and medium rural properties. According to a 2013 report, only one of every 2 small farmers has formal rights to their land. This lack of formality deters farmers from investing in lands and prevents land from being used as collateral when seeking credit. A blockchain ledger for real estate aimed to solve this by providing landowners with security and an incentive to invest in their property. The registry was launched on July 1st as tweeted by Peerless Technology after having been in development for a year. On July 30th, Peerless tweeted that the first deed had been added to the ledger, with the land certificate looking like any other except for the QR code incorporated into it, verifying the certificate on the blockchain. The QR code can be used by anyone to find the property deed's location on the XRP blockchain. There have been no further updates relating to the joint project. Cointelegraph has contacted Ripple Labs seeking comment on any progress, but has not heard an immediate response.
Ripple's plan to tokenize Colombian land stalls amid new administration. A partnership between the Colombian government and Ripple Labs to put land titles on the blockchain appears to have stalled following the project being deprioritized by the new...
So if you want to come on here on Cointelegraph, if you don't want to read it, you can actually just press the button. It'll be read to you, which I think is pretty cool. So make sure to hit that like button. And this is actually some breaking news that isn't going to change things, but it definitely makes you think a little bit.